little bit real. Because I won't tell you why, but I hold a lot of my emotions close to my chest when I'm worried about others. This is pretty hard. It's harder than I thought it'd be, trying to do a show about feelings for adults. I thought I'd just naturally feel like motivational and inspirational. But I actually don't know where I got that idea. And if I'm like called or inspired in some way to be somebody who talks openly about feelings, I think I didn't take into account the fact that my whole life leading up till now, talking about feelings was a very messy thing. Like a messy Jessie kind of thing. So I don't know why I thought it would be some sort of uplifting, inspirational, constantly useful thing. Sounds out of tune to me. It's like making it worse and I'm loosening it. There we go. So everybody around me that I see outside on a walk with their dog is someone who's been inside constantly. At least since Monday, if not longer, unless they're working in hospitals or grocery stores. And this is what the global pandemic COVID-19 coronavirus scare and outbreak and literally will kill people by the millions possibly looks like. Someone I know recently compared it to the H1N1 scare, but we didn't have lockdowns for that. This feels very different. I wasn't even scared of that. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't think it would come to me or anyone I knew. This I'm like thinking about well, I don't want to say names, but you know, I'm thinking about anyone I know that's either older or immunocompromised or works in healthcare, is a doctor, or works in, you know, essential services like a grocery store. Some people have like long-term careers in them, and now, unbeknownst to them, they're suddenly part of a front lines kind of situation. And the whole thing just feels really unfair and terrifying. And just, you know, a few weeks ago or a month ago or so, we were worrying about politics and raising millions of dollars for that, which always felt silly to me, just wasting money on advertising. That always felt completely absurd to me. Like, why are we just dumping this money down the toilet of ad campaigns? Can't we just all just pick based on our own emotions and thoughts and feelings? Why do we have to, like, spend millions or billions of dollars to convince people who they should like? Like, just put the facts somewhere, who believes in what, and then, like, just, like, let people decide. Like, it should just be illegal to put money into politics. On my front porch, this is as close as I've gotten to a little driving retreat date. Deep breaths. There's a tree. My blue uke. I do like doing this a lot better than my little show. My show makes me feel very powerful and useful and present for people. It makes me feel needed. There's a bird. Helps me feel like I'm practicing commitments Like if I wanted to, I could do something at the same time every day, every week. I could show up for myself. I could have a scheduled time or date. But these things all just feel really small right now. Like my own Mr. Rogers for Adults weirdo crazy ass fucking shit feelings show. Like, what is that? I'm just trying to help people feel okay. But I'm scared too, you know? And I'm having to tell people that I know or love to be careful because of how I'll be affected if they're not. And it's just like the stakes just feel like they got really high on life. You know, like just a few weeks ago I was thinking about thoughts of like whether or not to move to the Pacific Northwest, just because I don't like living in a place where I've had a lot of trauma. You know, I don't like living right on top of it. That feels traumatic. It feels like, why be right by where you've had trauma and try to live in your joy? Like, why build joy on top of trauma? Like, why? Why not just go somewhere else? What's the value of doing that? There's no reason to. Just go somewhere else, you know? And that's what I was trying to teach I don't know. It's like a soul journey I've been on. But now, like, that's just on pause. And now we're on like a societal collective journey together. And these tears are because ultimately I've been feeling fine for weeks. I've been feeling lucky. I have a job. My students have gone virtual. I've been feeling concerned and then loved, and love for my parents, my sister's family, my brother, my brother's family. I've just been feeling concern and love in alternating amounts and intense degrees. Concern, love, concern, love. We even hung out with friends virtually last night. You know, and again, it's just concerns put to rest. Everybody feeling a little better whenever we check in. And I don't know. This is really complicated. Do we worry more about physical health or emotional health, you know? Clearly, right now, physical health, but that feels weird. As a person who's been all about emotional health, right now I have to focus on just physical health. And trying to help other people with emotions, but not doing as good a job as usual at processing my own, but also maybe not spinning out and creating new strange things. I don't know. Oops. I'm trying to get like a tree or something for you, I guess. There we go. I guess I'll sing. There is no place we can go. There is no place we can know. Anything, really, when you look into your mind's eye and see what you wanted to be true somewhere down the road when things were a little more settled in, and you had time to decide if this skin was the skin you'd want to be living seed. It wants to be so small, just sitting here alone and trying to feel what's in my bones, trying to feel what makes me feel at home, trying to know what's in my soul, trying to know which way to go, even if it's just about a home, or whether or not to pull out my phone, even if it's very small, even if it won't help anyone at all except me. Maybe you, mostly me, but maybe you too. It's kinda scary to know that almost no one needed you. Before the world explodes or implodes, but maybe really slowly, like slow-moving things do. 'Cause I don't wanna feel all that pain. I don't wanna take it in my brain. I don't wanna know what that's like. I wanna get out of here before the whole world burns alive. And I'm too weak and too small. I'm just one tiny little ball of light, a fragment of a star, not even large enough to know who you are. I'm just a tiny little soul, holding on to light, trying to shine as bright, shine as bright, shine as bright as shining things do, and trying to bring us back to God. If anyone wants to join me while I go back to God, do you want to join me while I go back to God? Well, you're welcome to. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not, 'cause you're welcome to. No one's got the rights to God. Not even me. Trying to tell it. Well, obviously not even me. Not a pastor, not anyone who'd say they do, but also not me in saying that no one has a right to God. Even I don't know that that's true for sure. Nobody knows what's true for sure. We can say we hear the voice of God. We can say we feel guided. We can say that we feel things and we know things, but like, we don't know for sure. I mean, I have faith for sure. My faith feels like knowing. And your faith feels like knowing. And the wife of the CEO of Hobby Lobby's faith feels like knowing. But like, business is creepy. That's creepy. All those people are going to keep working without sick pay. They're going to take off if they get the coronavirus. How can that be God? I don't think God in business, I can't say that with certainty, but it just doesn't quite seem mixed. The same way I think I hear God's guidance. Maybe that Hobby Lobby wife, CEO's wife, feels guidance, but like, I don't know. Mine could be wrong. Hers could be wrong. I hope hers is wrong, because it doesn't sound like she's going to actually, I mean, if they have billions of dollars, I just don't understand why they would try to keep it instead of help their workers in crisis, unless they don't really care about their workers. I don't know. Unless they feel guided to not really materialistically care about their workers. In which case, it just all comes back to why I don't think business or success or fame or any of those things is something that will bring you closer to God or yourself or anything good. I don't see how. It's like the rich man getting through the eye of a needle. I don't see how, because the more you have down here, the more you're going to be tempted to hoard it and keep it. And I don't get to judge because I have safety and I'm not trying to go out and risk my own life, trying to learn how to work in a hospital right now. I don't know. This is complicated times. I think we're all hypocrites. I think God made me to be very small and not full of myself and wanting to be full of myself because I used to win awards and stuff, but at the end of the day, I haven't won any in a long time. Nothing of substance, which makes me feel like a failure. And I almost feel like God wanted me to feel like a failure so I could speak the truth of the hypocrisy of humanity. Not because I'm supposed to be some grandiose thing, but just because I'm supposed to be an everyday human witnessing hypocrisy. We all want help, but we don't want to do the helping. We all want, maybe rich people don't want help, but they want to hold on to their own hard-earned money and help themselves rather than look around at the need and the desperation and the people dying and being buried alive by bills. And they don't want to spread their money out because then they'd be just like those people. They'd be just like the people who don't have any resources, who are not being helped by the other rich people. So the reason people are wanting to hold on to their money is because they know that if they let go of their money and they end up poor too, that the other rich people aren't going to help. Because at the end of the day, it must be like the human condition or something, that we don't really want to help each other too much. Except for maybe the really noble people that give their lives for this kind of stuff. Whether they have to because of the profession they chose, or whether they're just truly that much more noble and less fearful than me. People in the military, people who work in healthcare, in risky situations. It's just, I'm blown away at people who are doing that with their lives. I don't think they want to. They just feel called to, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe they want to. It's noble as fuck. Oops. Oh, that's pretty. Sorry I'm being so mopey. I just feel really sad. I did 5 days of really uplifting shows, or not even uplifting. I talked about a lot of heavy themes, and now I just feel raw and vulnerable and weird and strange, and I'm called to be helpful, but when I don't have the structure of something, or I don't think anyone's watching, which is what this is, I don't think anyone's watching this, and because I don't think anyone's watching this, or at least they're not watching it right now, and I just feel more free to be myself. And myself is actually really sad right now. Not weepy crying sad, more just holy fuck, this is a humongous deal. And I guess maybe one of the only places I feel safe to say that is on my YouTube channel, because barely anyone watches this. I even lost 2 followers the other day when I suddenly posted a bunch of the Jessica and the Rainbow and Rainbow Land videos. Which was actually really sad. I was sad because I felt misunderstood. Yeah, I'm going to put those up here too, but I could have started a separate channel for it. I don't know. I just didn't want to. And now maybe I'm confusing the people who actually like this kind of thing that I do. And they think I'm going to turn into some sort of brand, or, purple dinosaur or some crap. And I'm not. I don't know. Whatever. Have a good night. Bye.